So let's get into the first case study, one that I called Kit Kat Timed Out. So all you early viewers, follow me here. If you got the book and it's later in the year or next year or what have you, open up to that part of the book. This is a really interesting one because there's a couple things that I'm really excited about. When you look at the image, you'll see that they have their tagline, which is their universal tagline everywhere: have a break, have a Kit Kat. I think it's extremely clever. I love the idea that this Super Bowl post that they put out, they're being timely. It's a Super Bowl, they're putting it out, or I think it was the Friday before the Super Bowl, but it was right in that time, so they're being timely. It's what everybody's talking about. It's back to the psychology of the user. People are talking about Super Bowl. The brand is now acting human. I love it. Kit Kat's doing a good job. On top of that, they really didn't understand the culture. If you look at the piece, it's the Roman numerals of the Super Bowl out of Kit Kat bars. It's perfect, right? They're incorporating themselves into the lexicon, into the nuance of the Super Bowl. They understand that Roman numeral cultural is a big deal in the Super Bowl. For all the football nerds, they get excited about that. Perfectly executed. Super break, perfect. Break or Kit Kat, I get it. Just great. Everything's really strong. Very short, easy copy. Have a super break this Sunday. Makes sense. Everything's right. Everything's going perfect. And Kit Kat could have been a perfect case study in this book. Maybe one of the best ones, believe it or not. I just thought it was excellent creatively, and this is where it starts getting interesting. The reason this is a slight fail is when they posted it. So one of the things to keep in mind is you can do the creative, you can have an agenda, but there's other variables. Not only is creative a variable, but there's things like what time you post it. So they posted this amazing piece of content at 6 o'clock in the morning Eastern, which first of all blows my mind altogether. How they scheduled that, like did somebody come in early, schedule, just very fascinating to me to begin with. 6 Eastern, fine, a little early, but people are up and maybe they were gonna do it again later in the day, fine, East Coast time. I can almost get away with it. 6 o'clock in the morning, a little early, but fine. For the people that are Baltimore Ravens fans, right? What's funny about this piece of content is this Super Bowl featured the 49ers of San Francisco, California, and the Baltimore Ravens. And I think that what really hurt my feelings here is even though the Super Bowl is universal and this works for everybody, you can't take away the emotional equity that 49er fans feel towards this content versus, let's say, somebody who's not in the Super Bowl. Those 49er fans, though a team that has popularity throughout the country, an enormous amount of them are on the West Coast. I don't know if you've been keeping track as I'm ranting here right now, but 6 o'clock in the morning Eastern is 3 a.m. PST. 3 a.m. is probably in this 24-hour culture right now, probably literally the 1 hour in the world where almost everybody is sleeping, right? 6 a.m. and 3 a.m., maybe 5 and 2, but that is literally, you can see the graphs of the internet, the shutdown period in our 24-hour culture. This piece of content was phenomenal. It was well thought out. It understood the nuances that I cared about, reinforcing the brand with your quote. It didn't need the logo because it used the product in the picture and had their quote. Everything was right. Everything was perfect, except they posted this at the wrong time. Posted 5 to 6 hours later, 7 hours later, this post would have done dramatically better. Gotten way more engagement, and more people would have seen it, thus giving the results of the agenda of this, which is to build awareness around the Kit Kat. This is a huge miss on such a minor thing that ends up being a very major thing in today's world.